read the Green New Deal? Did you get a chance to read it? And I guess the FAQs have been taken down off of Congresswoman Cortez's website. So I assume you've had a chance to read the actual legislation, though.
Right. It's an interesting idea. The Green New Deal is her attempt, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's attempt to marry a lot of progressive public policy issues and labor policies with environmental ends. And that's certainly admirable in terms of the goal is to employ people. The goal is to clean up the environment. And what our research at the center shows is that there are much more effective ways of doing it that are going to lower costs compared to many of the kinds of mandates that are usually proposed.
Such as?
So, for example, think about North Carolina. So you've got a population of about 10 million, and the Energy Information Administration says that 1 out of 5 families, 1 out of 5 households has struggles. They struggle to pay their utility bills without sacrificing basic necessities like food and water. And that's about 2 million people total in North Carolina then that are struggling. And so at CGO, at the center, we're focused on getting that to zero. And the way to do that is to embrace markets and energy in place of mandates.
And how do you do that then? Do you have an example of embracing markets rather than mandates that would help tackle that?
Definitely. One of the most interesting examples is playing out in Colorado right now. So Xcel Energy is one of their large investor-owned utilities, and what they do is collect bids from lots of energy providers, and then they buy amongst those to provide electricity to their citizens. And what they found out is that in 2017, they got tons of dirt-cheap renewable energy pouring into the state. And these are the kinds of deals that your really green friends are posting on Facebook about, they're tweeting about it, and they're saying, look at the future. And to some sense, they're right. And the problem comes up that there's federal regulations that actually require the utility to purchase more expensive electricity from other people instead. So federal regulation is actually standing in the way. These are old, outdated rules that stem from a period where the energy markets were designed to be one-way systems. But now you and I, Pete, could easily buy solar panels and throw them on our own roofs. And that's exciting. We should be excited about the way that energy markets are changing.
You said dirt cheap renewables, which might sound like an oxymoron to a lot of people.
Right. And energy is often expensive. So especially renewable energy, we're actually publishing research on how renewable energy mandates are increasing prices. So these are the kinds of policies that say, regardless of the cost, you should buy 20% of energy from certain qualifying renewable energy sources. And what our research shows is that actually if you let people choose to buy it instead, they're going to be able to take advantage of large on the cheap deals instead. But if you require that they buy it, they end up paying a lot more for it.
You've read through the legislation, the proposal here, and I'm going to go through it after we let you go. But one of the things that has gotten a lot of attention is every single building will have to be upfitted with new green energy saving efficiencies and such. And I'm trying to fathom the cost and the time it would take and just the lift to get every single building in America replaced. Is that a realistic idea in your mind?
I think there are more realistic options that policymakers could pursue and that policymakers at local levels could pursue. For example, zoning regulations and land use regulations often deter people from installing their own batteries or to power their house or to even install rooftop solar and wind turbines on their own property. These kinds of land use regulations